Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least three topics each week. The three of us, of course, are our point person, an optimistic realist. She is known as Star.
SOS, send help immediately.
I wish I could.
I'll be there.
Put your cape on and get it moving.
No, sing it, Michael. Anyway, the center of our threesome and our voice of reason, he is known as Magic.
Eep, op, ork, ah.
And
I
that
did
means
that
I
on
love you. Yeah, everybody loves Jet Screamer, though. My favorite episode. And bringing up the rear, as always, I identify as the pragmatic contrarian, and I am known as Storm. So,
Motherfucking headphones up. Sorry.
we'll get the heavy topic out, I guess. Star, you wanted to talk about Miss Cop Lady that reached for her taser and shot the dude to death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was watching the beginning of the trial the other day, and I definitely feel like that what she did requires some form of punishment. And forgive me, I my mind is not my mind is not here. But anyway, so I feel like she deserves some form of punishment. I just don't feel like, you know, she should get what they're trying to charge her. Only because I really do feel like she honestly made a mistake. Now, again, I'm not saying she should just get off. But it's messed up. Just the whole thing is messed up all the way around. What say you?
How
I
many
mean,
shots did she unload?
One.
it doesn't really matter because in my estimation, and like I'm willing to believe she made an error, like I do.
Mhm.
You know, I'm an optimist. I'm not, but but I'm willing to believe that she made an error.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: that's an error that she should never be making as someone who is entrusted to not make those errors, as someone who is trained extensively to not make those errors.
Mhm.
And like I was telling you, I think we were talking yesterday. I have friends who are police officers who are like, they make it really hard for you to mistake your taser for your service weapon.
Mhm.
They make you carry it on the other side, and it
Mhm.
also feels different.
Very
Mhm.
much different.
Mhm.
So, and I understand in the heat of the moment, and it's quick, so I'm willing to believe that she made a mistake, but as a trained professional, that's a mistake you cannot make.
No, and I get that. They was part of the defense was talking about how wherever it is that her beat is, that she has only ever had to use her weapon one time in her 20-year career. Um and there was just a lot, I guess, that was going on. Again, not that she shouldn't be held responsible, just whatever. Please bring up what you bought, the analogy that you used about going to get your hair done.
Okay, if you're a licensed hairdresser
Mm-hmm.
and I go to you and I say, I need a relaxer put in
Mm-hmm.
my hair,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You put a relaxer in my hair and
Mm-hmm.
all my hair falls out. That is still on you because you are licensed and you might say, well, you know what? I haven't done relaxers in years. But it's still on you because you're the licensed professional and you should have been the one to say, I can't, I don't do relaxers or whatever. So when I go to sue your ass, you saying, "Oh, well, I hadn't done a relaxer in years" is not a defense because
It's
you're
not a defense, and it's not a it. That's not a good. Uh, that's just not a good as an ex hairdresser. That's not a good excuse. Period.
That's what I'm saying.
Um,
And it's not a good excuse for her who is a trained law enforcement professional who gets training on these things constantly to say, "Oops, my bad." Like I believe she made a mistake, but if she made a mistake, I mean, it's not an excusable error is what I'm
okay.
saying.
So let me that was the reason why I wanted to bring that up. Okay.
And well, just before I know you want to say something, but even the fact that she is a trained professional means that she's more culpable than like you would be if you did the same thing, because I can understand you as someone who's untrained making that error. Her as
The
someone who
error of mistaking my gun for a taser.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So if once I am trained, I'm sorry, as a licensed cosmetologist, I don't care if you were licensed in 1940, yeah, whatever, or if you were just fresh out of school yesterday. And let's say you don't do relaxers for 15 years, okay? There is nothing about the application of putting relaxers on a hair that has changed in the past 50, 60, probably 70 years. Nothing, not a single thing. So therefore that wouldn't be a good argument, number one. Number two, okay, with that particular police officer, they are constantly trained on the shooting range. I know they have to put in so many hours, even if they're living in areas that, are low crime or whatever, they still have to put in so many hours every quarter at the range, whatever. The one thing, and that was one of the things that the attorney brought up, is that they don't consistently have, depending on I'm sorry, not the community, uh depending on the city, town, whatever, depending on where they live, they do not have consistent taser training unless uh they come out with some new model and they have to train them on that.
okay,
So once they get trained and they pass the test for unless they have a situation, they don't have to necessarily touch that mug. So
okay,
if you're not committing something to muscle memory, and I understand that a taser feels different, but if you're not
Very much
committing
so.
something to muscle memory, I can understand where the issue is. It'd be different if they trained on the taser as half as much as they did the gun. But
okay.
in a
Did you watch the whole like all of the testimony?
I didn't even get that far.
Okay, because I just want to tell you that um that they did it did come out that she had been trained on the taser the week prior.
What is she
But
accused
you're not
of?
understanding. But you're not understanding what I'm saying. Even if she had been trained on the taser the week prior, how long had it been before that since that she even had to pull that thing out or have been trained? Did they say anything about that?
No, but here's my thing. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, then shouldn't it be incumbent upon you to say, hey, I think I need more training on this?
But how do you know not you're not comfortable until you get into a situation?
Well, I'm saying, I mean, if that's going to be her defense, because the same thing, like when I made the analogy with the relaxer, it's the same thing. You know, if you know going in that you're not comfortable, or maybe you thought that you had it, because like you said, relaxers are the same as they were 15 years ago. Last time I did a relaxer, and now you didn't now you done burnt someone's scalp off.
Well,
That
That's on
analogy
you.
is horrid. What is this chick
it's
accused of? What's the
it's
crime? What is she on trial for?
She killed
murder in
someone.
the second
No, I
degree.
know what she did. What is she? There's a difference between involuntary manslaughter and murder. What's
Second
she being
degree
charged
murder.
with?
Yeah, second degree
Second
murder.
degree murder. Yeah.
Eh, might be.
Yeah.
I've held a lot of
And
guns. I've held a few tasers. Huge difference in both. And I can understand in the heat of the moment, people make stupid mistakes, fine and dandy. You still killed the person.
exactly.
I'm not saying she should get off, and I promise you that wasn't my argument. And oh, and by the way, hopefully you never go to the salon and they burn all your scalp off.
Well,
But
hopefully
Mm.
not.
uh,
Yes.
Too late for me at
Yes.
this point in life.
but keep in mind that yeah, you can sue them, but they liability insurance is paying. They not.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say, just like doctors, I mean, doctors are the
Yeah.
same way. You know, like there are a lot of doctors who will tell you that they're certified to do, or that they can do plastic surgery, and they're not certified to do black plastic surgery, and they will jack your ass up. Okay,
I think
so
the
you know,
relaxer analogy isn't so much it is. Remember when Sammy Sosa got caught with the corked bat?
Mm-hmm.
right,
And he was saying, "Oh, like I have 300 bats and I just happened to grab the wrong one." Okay, if you
right.
have one corked bat out of 300, you know it's the fucking corked bat. You grabbed it on purpose.
Well, and
I'm not
also,
saying this chick did that with the taser, but there's a very fucking huge difference in how a gun and a taser feels in your hand.
yeah, and that and and that's what everybody I know who is in law enforcement is saying. Like,
Plus, if you're going to shoot, you put your arms in front of you and you see what the fuck you're shooting with.
Well,
yes, but it's
this
also
is
very
the way she
quick.
did it. This is the
Yeah, it's
way they
also
said that
very
she.
quick. You
Shooting
know.
This
from
is
the
the way they
fucking
say
hip
she did
like
it.
Clint Eastwood.
This is the way they say that she did it. They said when you pull out a taser, you're supposed to yell taser twice or whatever, and she yelled taser, 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 grabbed for her weapon, pulled it, and released once, and then instantly had that knee jerk, like, oh my god, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
heat of the moment mistakes happen.
Yeah, no, I understand that heat
yeah.
of the moment
That's
mistakes
how most of
happen.
y'all was born.
However, I'm saying that if you are entrusted with the
No, I
if
get
you're
it.
entrusted with the public good, okay, and you are trained, and this is a job that you chose. Nobody forced you to go take that job.
Yeah,
Okay. It's a job that you chose.
yeah.
Um, then I think you get held to a higher standard than, Joe Blow off the
Somebody off the
street.
street. Hmm.
Same
So
criminal rules.
yeah,
Did the crime, do the time.
listen. I empathize with her because I think it's a terrible thing. You know what it reminds me of? Remember the dude that killed the little girl when they broke into the wrong house in that
Hmm.
raid in Detroit?
Hmm. Hmm.
And everybody was like, "Oh, it was an accident," and I was like, "I understand it was I believe him when he says he didn't mean to kill the little
But
girl."
yet and still, you killed a little girl.
But you killed a little girl, and you should go to prison for a long, long time for that.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm not insensitive to the fact that you made a mistake, and I feel bad that you have to live with that mistake on your heart. But that's not enough punishment. Okay, the
Hmm.
punishment should be to the full extent of the law because you,
Took the
officer,
life of a little girl, and
and you,
should be better.
officer, are
Hmm.
are entrusted to do better than what Joe Blow off the street would do.
Mhm.
And just for example, okay, if and this has happened before, by the way. If some well not to me, but I'm just saying the situation. If someone breaks into my house, okay, and I pull my registered weapon and the person starts running out of my front door and I shoot and I
And
miss,
they get outside,
yeah, and I miss and I kill somebody on the street, guess
you're
what happens to
culpable.
me?
Yep, you're
They are
going
going
to
to prosecute me to the full extent of the law
Mhm.
because they are going to say it was irresponsible for me to be shooting
Outside of your home. You were no
outside of
longer in
my
imminent
home,
danger.
even though this person, violated me. Okay. So
Mhm.
I feel like if you are the police, you should be held to a higher standard than I would be held to.
I got that.
It's
And
more
and
better
that's all I'm
compared to
saying.
car accidents. Yeah, it's an accident that you killed somebody, but you still killed
You
somebody.
still kill somebody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel bad for it doesn't make me feel good, you know, to say she ought to go to prison, for as long as the law allows, but I
Mhm.
feel like she has to.
She has to. I got it.
Yeah.
Principalities.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't believe her that it was an accident. I do believe her that it was an accident. I still think that she should be found guilty.
Mhm.
So, there's that. But yeah, I honestly don't believe she meant to kill him.
Mhm.
Bum, bum,
Yeah.
ba-dum.
But, along those lines,
Mhm.
and to lighten it up a little bit, I thought it would be funny, because I got jokes.
Hold on, hold
To,
on, hold on, hold on.
okay.
I Googled second degree murder. It says the state defines second degree murder as any type of unlawful killing that is done with malice, aforethought, but without premeditation. Nah, it have to be third degree.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that they probably have, they all,
Yeah.
prosecutors are prosecutors. They always overcharge, or
Mhm.
they a lot of times they overcharge. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that
yeah. I mean,
malice, aforethought. Like,
if I was on the jury, it would be third degree, or manslaughter. But I mean, she
yeah, something
definitely
lighter than
has to.
that.
Yeah, she has to go to prison. I mean, she just does. She took someone's life,
Mhm.
you know, when she shouldn't have. I should say that because there are a lot of instances as a police officer when I guess killing someone is justified, but that was not one of them. So
Mhm.
she has to go to prison. And I feel for her, but I feel for his family more.
Hey,
Mhm.
women's prison is sexy.
Um, okay, I would not like to find out.
Mhm.
I mean, what's the worst somebody's gonna force you into taking oral?
Ew.
Mhm.
Actually, well, actually, in women's prisons, the, what you have to fear more is not from the other inmates, it's from the guards who sexually abuse prisoners on a regular basis. But that's a whole different talk show. because
That ain't
I
shit,
said
girl.
because I said I was going to lighten up the mood, right?
Okay,
Do that.
so let's lighten it up.
Okay. So when you were talking about that, I started to think um certain things have been more beneficial to black people than they have been to white people. And one of them I would have to say is the camera phone. Like black people have
Word?
benefited greatly from the camera phone. You know what I'm saying? The fact that everybody got a camera, and
Oh, we're
I
talking
think
about
we
with
have.
the police.
Well, not just yeah, the camera phone. Yeah, like we have reaped more benefits from the camera phone than white folks have. Like.
My mind went straight to OnlyFans. Like, nah, the camera phone fair for everybody.
Well, yeah.
Honey.
But so I was trying to think of other things that maybe have other technologies or just anything that has benefited black people more so than white people. Um, and
Fake hair?
Jeep. No, you'd be surprised how many white women are walking
Nah,
around in
I'm
fake
not
hair.
surprised by how many of them are at all. But I think it's easier to find for black people that matches whatever look women are going for.
I think we can find it cheaper. I
That
will say
too.
that. I think we can
Hence,
find
more
it
of it.
cheaper. Yeah.
Nah, it's easier to match up Caucasian people here than it is us.
Yeah, but they charge them a grip for
Yeah, they do.
extensions. And I'm like, damn, like I'm over here complaining about what they charge us, but damn, you paid that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you can't even, well, that's a whole nother talk show.
What, you can't get it wet?
Well, no, because I'm like, and then they wash their hair so damn often. I'm like, it don't even last you, long at all. So
Well, see, it's this. I mean, this is so off topic, but there's this process uh, that I know started when I was in school, and they were primarily doing it on Caucasian people's hair. It has now reached, the black community, but that process there, where they individually,
individual, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But that
that's
shit is expensive.
it was expensive as hell back then, and it's
Yeah,
definitely stupid now.
yeah.
Um, it's definitely stupid now.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like we can put some tracks in, and it'll last
They keep it
a
moving.
minute. But they can't put tracks in because if they want, they gonna wash their hair. Some of them twice a day. If
Mhm.
at least once a day, or 4 or 5 times a week. That's not gonna last them any time. And I feel like you've wasted your money at that point.
Mhm.
So, but yeah.
But that process lasts them. They can wash their hair all they want.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but even that process, they still have to get it done,
Tighten.
yeah, after a while. So,
Mhm.
and it's expensive.
As
Yeah,
hell.
as hell. So,
Like,
yeah,
I'd rather just wait and grow my hair out.
that's what I'm
Why spend
saying.
that kind of money?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, like you putting down a lot.
There's
Um,
nothing that I could think that I would want to go to. Because that's primarily like Caucasian people back when I was in hair school, which was 91,
uh-huh.
89, 91, whatever. So anywho, a lot of
30
times
whole
Caucasian
years
people,
ago.
yeah, for sure. You know what I mean?
He
Um,
called you old.
I know,
Mm,
like,
I was just doing math.
mm,
no, um, but like a lot of times you heard Caucasian people would get it done like for special occasions. I'm
right.
sorry, I don't know a special occasion in my life. Uh, that
That
could
you're
come
willing
up.
to that
That
you're
would
willing to
cost me to pay like $3,000
right.
to go have
Exactly.
some individual strands of hair put in my. That's just ridiculous.
Exactly. But, hey, I mean, I know like a lot of actresses and stuff were doing that,
I
and
mean, but
still
you know
do.
what? They making the check for that.
And
Like,
that's
there's a
and
lot of people that's just running around here playing Susie, Joe, Kim, and
exactly. And
Shaniqua getting that shit done.
that was my point, like,
That, that work at GM, like you giving up a couple of your checks.
right.
Like,
Shout out to the crystal workers in Atlanta.
Yeah.
to the
So,
what?
Crystal workers.
Oh,
It's like a bootleg White Castle. But
oh,
all the chicks working
crystals.
at fast
look,
food in
look,
Atlanta got
first
their
of all,
hair
first,
done.
first of all, White Castle ain't bootleg already.
No, White Castle ain't bootleg.
Yes, the hell it
You know,
Yeah,
is.
being
bougie
that I'm
thing.
from Jersey and we overrate White Castle as much as people in Georgia do the Waffle House.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Waffle
I
House
think
definitely
White Castle
overrated.
was original with the little burgers.
I mean, yes, but
The Waffle House is a glorified Coney Island.
waffle.
Yeah.
I agree, but
And I still like them, but they overrated as fuck.
They are, and they're
yeah.
expensive.
When I was a
Nah, Waffle
kid,
House cheap.
when
Not
I
the
was
last
a
one I went
kid, I used to love White Castle in Chicago. Like I loved it. And then when I got older, we didn't have White Castle, in the Southwest. So when I moved here, I was like, "Ooh, White Castle, let me go get some." And then I had some, and I'm like, "Okay, this doesn't taste like meat." First of all, secondly, it's like laxative on a bun. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think that's just the thing with getting older. A lot of the shit that was great when we were kids is whack as fuck now.
Yeah.
But back to
Well,
the point, shit that's helped black people. Music equipment,
to. Man,
because I'm sick of you fucking rappers in your home studios.
yeah, but I don't know. I think that may have benefited white folks more because
Nah, I think they still like playing instruments and composing music, whereas goddamn, I'm sick of you motherfuckers doing a minute and a half, quote unquote, freestyles over the latest instrumentals. Just stop. Nobody cares.
every now and then, you get a hit. So I think that's what volume.
And
I
good
don't
for
know.
Trinidad James and what's the fucking panda guy? What do you do now?
Okay,
Trinidad James. That's a name I ain't heard in a minute.
right. I'm gonna go with the GPS.
I hate GPS in cities. It's all right in the country. In cities,
I'm
that
gonna
shit
go.
had you a block away every time.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the GPS because black people give terrible directions.
True.
Terrible directions. You
Country ass
ask
white folks too.
you ask a black person how to get somewhere and you are going to get lost. So I adore that they came out with the GPS because at least I can get,
Make a
within
left at checkers. When you see the
within a
dog on the
city
corner, go
block of
to the
where I'm
second
supposed
house
to
on
be
the right.
going.
Wait, is it left?
Right. Yeah, go by Ray Ray house and take a right. No.
My
No.
people, my people.
Yeah. Love them, but yeah, y'all suck at directions.
Have
So,
I told y'all about to make a left on at the Tiger?
no.
Mm,
Imagine you don't remember me saying anything about that.
nah.
Okay, so further proof that black folks give terrible direction. Okay,
Terrible.
so I was working before I started working for DTE. I was working for a contractor for them, and we used to do home assessments, right? So we would call the customer, when we were like, on the way or en route to the house or whatever, so they know. And I called this lady, and I said, hi, my name is such and such. I was like, we're on the way to your home, whatever, whatever. She's like, oh, she was like, so there's construction going on such and such. And she was like, and the GPS will probably tell you to come such and such a way. She said, but that's taking you the long way. All you have to do is this, that, and the other and make a right at the Tiger.
Mm.
And I'm like, all right at the Tiger.
Tiger, right.
So I'm thinking, okay. I was like, all right, we'll see you soon. So in my mind, I'm like, she's talking about some kind of statue, or something.
Okay. What was she
So,
talking about? When you said the tiger, I'm thinking like downtown, like in front of
Comerica Park.
Comerica Park, that big ass tiger.
No. So we pull up and we pull up to the street. And mind you, I had the phone on speakerphone so my partner could hear. And we pull up to the street and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, make a right. And he just busted out laughing like hysterically, like he's laughing. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And all he could do was point. And I point because he was like pointing like up in the air. And it's a damn stuffed tiger. He's like he's about 5 feet wide, hanging off the street side. Like,
Okay.
Wow.
I was like,
I- wow. The tiger. I mean,
it was a tiger. He definitely was a sun bleached At one point, Orange and Black Tiger. He's
Yeah,
sitting up, hanging up between the two street signs. Like, what up? Like, he's the welcome. He's the mascot of the neighborhood. I was
I
crying.
guess. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, someone like me, glad to have a GPS because I mean, trying to get directions from black people used to be the bane of my damn existence. I'm like, what fucking
That's
directions?
a whole lot.
Like what direction am I going north? I mean, can you give me north, east, south, and west? Well, make a right. Not at the green one, but at the blue one. Not the first blue one, the third blue one. And I'm like, you know what? I
You know
can't. I can't.
what?
Let me just pull out the goddamn map. So,
Realistically speaking, I got lost a lot less using maps than I do in GPS now. It's gonna be
I
great
don't.
technology one day.
I don't. I think it depends on where you are because, like, I think the GPS in our area is great. I can get almost anywhere. Like, all I have to do is put in an address, and even when it's off like maybe, like a little bit. Like it's not off. Like it's telling me the wrong direction. It'll tell me I've arrived at my destination when my destination is still, a little bit down the block. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that
I
kind
live
of
in the
thing.
country. I get it.
Yeah. But
Half these
yeah.
houses ain't even on Google Earth.
Well,
so,
and that's the
so
issue. Yeah.
the GPS, there's an exchange between, there's like a highway exchange between, I think it's just when you get into DC and headed to Virginia. What is that? 395?
301.
301? Is it
Yeah.
301? Where,
That was I-95 and there's 301. You can go either way.
okay, but where it is like, it's just a bunch of it's like a bunch of exchanges. Like you can go like a bunch of different ways, and then there's like some freeways on top and whatever.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay, so going to Virginia every year, I used to get lost like in that one little area, and I would end up going the wrong way and have to turn around, whatever. So the year the GPS came out, I was like, oh, the GPS got it. So then we get through that area, it tells me, make a whatever I made, and I'll say about 10 seconds later after I made the turn, the thing was did like a scramble noise, like rerouting. I was
Radio.
like,
Oh, yeah. I hate that fucking noise.
Yeah. I like to make it reroute. Like that's fun to me. Like I'm like, especially when I know where I'm going and I'll turn a certain way and my GPS freaks the hell out. like,
I was
like what are you
cracking
doing?
up.
Yeah.
It's like I was cracking up because I'm like, okay, damn, I can't even not get lost without the GPS. I still got to turn around and go back the other way.
Yeah. One thing about the GPS I will say, I should be able to say if I'm in the DMV area, I should be able to say, don't take me over a goddamn drawbridge. Like, don't
You
do that.
can.
Eh, I don't know that I can on the one on my phone, or at least
Hmm.
it didn't give me that option because I would have certainly told it, don't ever
No,
take me
no, no,
over a
no. I'm
goddamn
thinking avoiding
drawbridge.
toll booths. I don't know about
Yeah.
Yeah.
bridges.
You can
Well, in
you can
this
avoid
area,
toll
you ain't
roads.
gonna avoid no damn bridge.
No.
Too
No,
much
I didn't
water.
say I didn't say avoid bridges.
He said
But yeah,
drawbridge.
don't take me over a drawbridge because when I tell you, I was glad it was 3 o'clock in the morning because I freaked the fuck out. And had it been in the middle of the day, I probably would have gotten into an accident because there would have been traffic.
As
But yeah,
logical as you are, that is
Yeah.
I as logical as you are, it's like part of that surprises me, but then I guess I understand it. Weird.
yeah,
Just watched all them cars in front of you go right over it.
none of them went up. Again, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. No one was out there, so I
The
didn't
best
watch
damn
anyone
time to
go
be
over
on a
it.
bridge.
Well, not for
And it ain't
me.
that much weight.
Not for me because it's dark and I would rather see other cars go over to see, is that thing open? Like I don't like bridges in general, but a drawbridge, that's where I draw the line.
The line.
Yeah.
Mm.
Funny. Dun, 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 dun.
Uh, yeah. uh, but yeah, I mean, the only other things I could really come up with were obvious ones like the game of basketball.
Sports in general,
Well,
sans
I don't know
hockey.
about that. Well, I mean, not even tennis, golf. Like, there's a lot of sports that don't really benefit us. Lacrosse. Uh,
Yeah, brothers ain't playing no lacrosse.
well, I mean, and I don't know why, because lacrosse is actually, well. Then anyway,
Honestly, I'd rather play that than American football, but I'm a weirdo.
I don't know about that. But
I grew
lacrosse
up
is
in Germany. I
actually,
played rugby. I got back to the States. Like, y'all get to wear pads? That's
I
pussy.
I do like rugby though. I do like rugby. Yeah, the rugby scrum is like one of my favorite things.
All right.
That sounds perverted. But anyway,
Wow.
You got to get
Does it?
scrum.
I mean,
Toma.
okay. uh, yeah. But one of my friends, what did she say? She said that COVID has benefited black people, which I was like, because a lot of black people died. A lot more black people died from COVID. But I guess she was saying, because we don't have to go into the office and deal with white people, which, you know,
And there's
is
something to be
beneficial.
said for that.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that.
terrible.
Because the peace that you feel when you don't have the constant microaggressions in your face at work is actually, there is something to be said for that.
Mm.
Nobody asking you to touch your hair, asking you 100 questions, like, yeah, it is, quite peaceful to work from home.
Mm.
So, Magic,
So,
you wanted to talk about, for some reason, hand jobs this week.
because while I'm very confident in my ability to fuck and eat pussy, I've always felt like my finger popping game is kind of trash. But then, in thinking about it, I've always been against receiving hand jobs. I forgot which comedian said it, but it's basically like giving a man a hand job is like a man doing your makeup. Been doing that shit since they was 13. What the fuck are you gonna do that proves to be any better? So I was wondering, are hand jobs really a thing? Like, I know finger popping is for women, and I'll work on
Okay.
it as I get older and
I don't
more
even know
whack.
what that I don't even know what that means. So,
What finger popping?
Fingering.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't get the popping, but okay. But okay, for the record,
Oh, if you're gonna give a man a hand job, use your mouth. But go ahead.
well, no, I agree. I mean, unless you're in like high school.
Even then, grow up.
Well, I'm just saying
You're in
because
high school.
Give a fuck.
I'm
You don't
saying
play the
because if
game
you
on easy.
well, I'm just saying if you're I mean, I understand it when you're younger because, you're just exploring and experimenting. But once you get out of high school, I mean, I agree. Like what's the point of that exercise? But I also have never understood the fingering situation. Like, first of all, most of y'all aren't good at it. I will say that. Secondly, most of y'all don't think to clip your damn fingernails. Like that
Very
shit does
important.
not. That shit does not feel good. So whatever you think you're doing, you're not. So I guess I understand where you're coming from on that.
And and some people, some folks' technique is just bad. Like I
Most
haven't
folks'
had that.
technique is just bad.
And like you trying to close the end of a blunt. Like, don't do that.
Right, right,
Like,
and
just
and
don't do that.
and also, just like you said, what's the point of doing that without your mouth? Same
Right
thing.
when your mouth is right there,
Mhm.
unless
Same thing.
unless you've had some dental work done and or
You got some wooden dentures in there.
Also, a thing for the fellas: watch women masturbate. It'll give you a whole different perspective on what the fuck you trying to do while you playing around.
Yeah, because most of y'all have absolutely no idea what the hell you're doing, even with your
Yeah, you
mouth.
just
I will say
poking.
that. Yeah,
Grow up.
y'all just
Stop watching
guessing.
porn. That shit ain't real.
Please
stop
stop.
it.
Please stop.
Stop it.
Uh, Pay attention. Well, I guess it's too
The
late for most of
the
y'all, but a
the
lot of y'all need
actors
to.
don't even fuck
It's
like that.
never too late.
They
You can
don't.
always
Yeah.
learn.
Well, I was gonna say it's too late for most of y'all, but a lot of y'all needed to pay attention in your high school biology class, whatever A&P class you took in college or whatever. You really should have paid attention because I will say, in my experience, most dudes have no idea what they're doing.
Mhm.
It's that same dumbass thing men do during sex of, oh, this is working, let me go harder and faster. Like, no. Sometimes you just have to do the right thing at the right pace.
Ride the
Yeah.
wave, baby. Just ride the wave. Don't try to speed
Curve
it
your
up.
fingers upwards, you fucking dork. Study some shit.
And don't even do that unless you clip your goddamn
And
fingernails. Let's
Yeah,
fingernails.
start
that
with
was
that,
first and
okay?
foremostest.
Clip your damn fingernails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I was going to say I'm not a violent person, but apparently, I guess I am.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
will punch you.
Yeah.
I will punch you,
Like
kick you, or whatever I have to do. So, yeah, put
like
your
you
damn
will
fingernails.
not treat my shit like a scratch off lottery ticket. Like
Exactly. Or a fucking scratch and post. You know.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think y'all have any idea of what that. You know what I imagine it feels like is if a girl was giving you head and she decided to stick her teeth into it.
Yeah.
like I feel like it would have a similar sensation. Like it does not feel good. So
I'm
don't.
not even a dude and I cringe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So clip your damn nails, fellas. If if you take away anything from this particular episode of the threesome, clip your damn nails on a regular
Get a
basis.
manicure.
Yes, make sure your nails are trim and
Not oh,
all the jagged edges
I
are
was
filed.
getting ready to say get a fucking manicure because not just clipped.
Yes, all the
A
jagged
whole
edges need to be.
manicure?
Yes,
Hey,
yes, a file.
pile them edges.
An emery board is your friend.
Listen and soak them cuticles because them bitches be rough too.
Yes, yes. Matter
Just
of
saying.
fact, fuck it. Just listen. There's some Koreans on the corner. I don't know
Listen,
where you
$10,
live.
Every
$10.
corner, though.
Right. Look, I don't know where you live, but there's some Koreans on the corner that will hook you up.
Choppy choppy $10,
Yes.
$10.
Like once every
That
couple
wasn't
weeks,
nice.
we'll hook you up. Yeah. So do
They
that.
gonna do come to your house and perform karate. Be alright.
Yeah. Well, they
$10.
might.
We
You
treat your
know.
well. We treat your nail real nice.
Aw.
$10.
Okay. Listen. Shout out to the Koreans though.
They get it done.
Because they get it done. Look, I am not mad at them.
Shout out to the
Okay.
Chinese cooking whole fucking meals in 5 to 10 minutes. Gotta
Okay.
buy another wok.
Yeah.
Listen. Cats. Oh shit. Okay, so my ex was a nurse, and because they can't let you study on actual human parts, as far as the muscle systems goes, they study on cats. And I'm a dork. I read textbooks while she was going through school. If you look at cat muscles, you really understand Chinese food is suspect in a motherfucker. But General So's is delicious. So what can I do?
Well, I mean, not just cats, but I mean, there are plenty of, small mammals that, first of all, and Star and I have a friend who likes to say I'm ridiculous because I won't eat at a new Chinese place. Like, I need other people to eat at it first and come back and report to me. Like, I need to know that nobody fell out, or, like, I won't eat. Like, if there's a new Chinese place, I'm, I'm not going.
Is it particular to Chinese food or everywhere?
Um, no, it's not particular to Chinese food, but
Hmm.
it's more Chinese food but that's because the things that they do with their food will mask a lot of ills. You know what I mean?
Don't give
Like,
a fuck if it's delicious. I'm eating.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, you'll be like, "Damn, this shit is tasty," and then you fall out the next
That's a
day.
Throw some extra MSG
that
on it. I
piece
don't give
got
a
an odd
fuck.
texture, but it's good.
Exactly.
You know
So
that shit ain't chicken.
I mean, it could be, but it also could not be. And I would like to
We
say,
three are all black people. We done seen chicken in
I
all its many and various forms. You know
I would
damn
like to
well.
stay blissfully ignorant.
Me too.
So
I don't like
there
cats
you
no
go.
fucking way.
Aw. Aw, shout out to the kitties. I like y'all.
Fuck y'all little uppity monsters.
I'm a dog person, but I like cats.
You
Particularly
say
big
little
cats.
uppity monsters.
You know. I like mountain lions and lynx and that kind of thing.
Yep.
We're talking
Fucking
about big
delicious.
domestic.
I would not know. And I stand by that. I would not know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm I'm kind of weird about food to begin with. Like, I was having a conversation with my child the other day about certain restaurants, and I'm like, oh, I've never eaten there because I don't like the sign. If your sign is horrible and unappetizing, I'm not going in there. Like, I'm not eating there.
Okay.
There there's a restaurant here, a chain of restaurants, and I probably shouldn't even mention them. But you can, do something in editing. But Star, the Ram's Horn.
Oh yeah, I know. I already know about you and the Rams horn.
I have
I'm supposed
never
to give
eaten
a
there.
fuck enough to edit that out?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get sued, but I would never eat there because
Okay.
their sign is disgusting looking to me. Like, I'm like, why would anybody eat at that restaurant when y'all sign looks like that?
Have you seen a vagina?
Um,
Might not be the most aesthetically pleasing, but they're delicious.
I mean, not like,
I'm gonna
well,
need you to stop saying
okay,
delicious because I can't take it.
for the
Listen,
record, even if I agreed with you, I'd have to say I'd never eat there. So, I,
don't
you
knock it
know,
till you tried it.
well, I'm knocking it. I won't eat there, and I won't eat at Ram's Horn. So there you go.
You're not
Probably
eating
what
vagina.
probably why I'm not gay, because I don't like Ram's Horn. Okay, which by the way is going to be my new euphemism for I was going to use the term cunnilingus. Be like, I need to get
You
some
just
Ram's
did.
Horn. Yeah. But anyway,
Nah, don't do that. That's not sexy.
and neither is Ram's Horn. Yeah, I mean, like, that sign is awful, and people tell me all the time. They're like, "Oh, they have good food." I don't know. Other people tell me it's terrible. Like, I don't know for a fact, and I will never learn because their sign is so off-putting to me.
Glorified Coney Island.
That's what a lot of people say. But their sign is so off-putting to me that I would never eat there. And it's green, by the way. It's this it's this weird green color.
Green is
Yeah.
healthy.
No, but it's not a healthy green. And most of them
It's
are
like
like
baby poop
old.
green.
Yes. And
Pea
most of
green.
them are old, so it's like dilapidated and faded green on top of it. So no. Uh-uh.
So how did you feel about Bill Knapp's sign?
Oh, I've never eaten there either.
Sign of the beef carver?
Never eaten there. I mean, I did like their commercial though. So out of the three, if I was
I
ever
will
gonna
say
eat
this.
if I was ever gonna eat anywhere, it would have been Sign of the Beef Carver because I did like their little jingle.
I will say this though. Bill Knapp's had like the freaking best. Uh, it was like a honey mustard glazed grilled chicken. That shit was addictive. I swear that stuff had crack in it.
Yeah, but their
That stuff
sign,
was so good.
yeah, their sign was, their sign, and and forgive me, but the same thing with Ramshorn. Bill Knapp's, their sign reminded me of old people, like, and not
Yep,
just any
yep,
old people, but
yep,
like old white people. So
yep,
it was
yep.
like there was
It does.
zero incentive for me to go eat there, like
Bill Knapp's and Sign of the Beef Carver. Like you
inside of the
catch
beef
somebody
carver.
young in Sign of the Beef Carver, it's like,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yep.
that is what those signs looked like to me. So there was never any incentive for me to be like, "Ooh, I should stop there."
Mhm.
And I lived like really close to a Ramshorn at one point, like really close. Like it was like right down the street. And people are like, "You never went to that Ramshorn?" No, like I would
Mhm.
never eat there. But shout out to those of y'all who do like the Ramshorn. Good for y'all.
Yeah, you didn't say they were bad. You just said you shook.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know whether they're good or bad, and I shall never find out.
They're just okay.
Okay. I will be taking your word on that one.
It's one of them places, after the club, 2 o'clock in the morning, ain't
Mm,
nothing else open.
It's that
mm.
Waffle House shit.
Or
Mhm.
Whataburger. I mean,
Oh
if you're,
Lord, yeah, Texans, you and Whataburger.
yeah, we used to love some Whataburger.
And fucking Chico's tacos while we at it for you
Chico's
El
tacos.
Pasoans.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's an El Paso thing, but yeah, Chico's tacos. Where you can't use
Overrated as
where
fuck.
where to this day in the year of our Lord 2021,
One.
you still cannot. I'd be losing track of time. You still cannot use your debit card.
Oh wow.
You cash only. Okay, but whatever.
There's a couple of places around here like that, like Ernie's. Did you know about Ernie's when you lived over here?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god,
Do they
that's
have a
good.
do they have an ATM in the lobby where you can withdraw money because they don't take anything
Lobby,
but cash?
girl, bad. You really ain't never been to Ernie's. There's no lobby in there.
Well, I mean, inside the restaurant.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, Chico's has an ATM, and they will refer you to said ATM because they don't take nothing but cash.
Yep, cash only.
But shout out to Chico's Tacos, an El Paso legend.
That it is.
Hmm. All right, folk.
All right.
Yeah, I should probably go to sleep at some point. Yeah, if you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell all the hoes. It is the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter, um, the Threesome Podcast at gmail.com. If you want to write us, you can go on Anchor, leave voice messages, go on
Oh, I
Twitter, whip
also
out tits and dicks. I don't know what.
I also checked, and you can leave a voice message on Spotify. So
Oh shit, I didn't know that because that's
yeah,
where I listen to this.
yeah,
Me too.
Yeah, I'm a perv. I like voices. Hit me up.
Lord.
Keep it real, son.
Anyway, I gotta go walk the dog.
No.
I'm not singing the walking the dog part. Uh,
You were supposed to do that.
listen, I cannot sing. I'ma stay in my range.
Mm,
I still feel like you probably can, and you just don't want to admit it.
no.
Nah, as soon as puberty kicked in and bass hit my voice, nah, it was done.
Hit that Luther note. Woo, 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 woo. Whatever.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Staying all the way
any
in my
woo, woo,
range and
woo.
chilling.
Jeffrey Osborne.
Yeah, I was
Come
gonna
on.
say go with Jeffrey Osborne.
Any woo, woo, woo.
Like, I'm gonna go with T Pain. I ain't got it.
Woo, 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 woo.
T Pain can sing
Can
for the
he?
record. Yeah, he can.
He
Even
taught
without
himself to carry a tune a little bit.
no, I mean even without the auto tune. I've heard him sing without the auto tune, and
He did the
you know,
Tiny Desk concert without it.
yeah, I think he just
But
likes
no,
the
in the
auto
beginning,
tune.
he'll admit he can't. It's just when Charlemagne was clowning his ass, he decided to take some singing lessons.
Oh, I just thought he just liked the auto tune because yeah, I've heard him sing, and I'm like, oh, he didn't
Yeah,
necessarily,
he can't sing.
Well, I mean, he ain't, Luther or Jeffrey Osborne, but I mean, he can carry a tune,
He can carry his tunes.
which which is all he needs to do.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody asking him to sing anybody else's songs. Well, I don't know, because he did on The Masked Singer, and he was okay. He did well. He actually won, so there you go.
Yeah, over Gladys Knight, which is why I don't watch that show.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that some singers like Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle are like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all like 3, 4 episodes, and then y'all got to get me off this, because I got other stuff to do. Because there's no way that Patti LaBelle gets voted off the Masked Singer or Gladys Knight or
My thing was they was like, "Whoa, who is that?" Hey, you know
exactly,
Gladys Knight's fucking voice when you hear it.
exactly. Like right away, I'm like, okay, that's clearly Gladys Knight. But and how dare you all vote her off? Like, how dare you? How dare you not let? How dare you people not make it so that she wins this thing? Because it's Gladys Knight. But I don't know, because I was gonna say two of the three judges are white, and the other one, is Asian. But Robin Thicke, is, I don't know, semi. He should know. He should know, and I think he
I'm
did.
sure
Like
he did.
he knew who it was, from the jump. But that other chick, what's her name? Jenny McCarthy. I'm not sure that her ditzy
Yeah.
ass. I'm not surprised her ditzy ass couldn't recognize Gladys Knight when she heard her. And what's the other one?
Nicole
Yes,
Scherzinger, whatever.
yeah, her. Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't know. But
She's a gorgeous girl.
okay, and she's the only she's the pussycat doll that sings. I'll say that. She's the one that actually sings.
Mm.
I can't
Honestly, I
even
only watched the Ray J sex tape because I thought it was her. Turns out it was
uh,
Kim Kardashian, and I
yeah,
don't know
I
why she's so famous off such a horrible sex tape.
yeah, Nicole Scherzinger is the only pussycat doll whose name I halfway know.
Yeah, because the rest of them don't do shit.
Because well, I mean, they model. I mean, which is, I guess, what you call that in the background, because it's
Oh,
not really
shout out to the
dancing.
chick that originally sang the song that they stole.
Which song is that? I don't even know any Pussycat Doll songs.
The
Don't
first,
you?
the one
Oh,
CeeLo wrote.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
other
That's
girl
yeah,
sang that first.
yeah. That's the only. That's the
Loosen up my buttons, babe.
yeah. That
Oh
Don'tcha
shit!
is the only Pussycat Doll song that I probably could recognize.
What buttons?
No, the Don'tcha. I
Oh,
don't even know what that other one is that you were just saying.
oh, that's the shit.
Yeah, that one was better.
Never
Yep,
even
sure
heard it.
was.
While we still recording, rest in peace to Eddie Caruth. While we speaking of tasers,
Oh, rest in peace.
fuck the police.
Indeed.
Good
Anyway,
night, folks.
good night.
Pieces.